Performance USA, the greatest entertainers in America, is requested by you, the men and women in the United States Armed Forces throughout the world. Command Performance, presented this week and every week till you're back from over there. Hi, gang. This is Ken Carpenter with another 30-minute grab bag, otherwise known as Command Performance. As per usual, the goings-on tonight are the result of your request to Armed Forces Radio, Los Angeles, USA. And perched on the driver's seat for this hayride is one of your favorite radio and screen stars. Before that, he was one of your favorite stage stars. Before that, he was one of your favorite stereopticon stars.
Oh, wait a minute. Never mind, Ken. Here I am, Eddie Cantor. Ken, what are you trying to do? You're making me sound like an old man.
Well, after all, Eddie...
What do you mean after? I'm not old. I'm a young man, a mere youth. In fact, I'm so young, nobody will even tell me what Mildred Pierce did.
Eddie, you've got to admit you're no Margaret O'Brien.
Listen, Ken, there's very little difference between me and Margaret O'Brien, although I will admit that my vines have tender arteries.
Okay, so next week you're entering Hollywood High.
No, I'm not.
But Eddie, those letters to Command Performance have all asked for a song, so how about it?
Sure, Ken. One song coming right up. Calling me an old man. That's an insult to my vitamin pill company. Okay, music, maestro, we go. Cider, sweet as apple cider. Sweeter than all I know. Oh, come out 'neath the silvery moonlight of love I'll whisper, so soft and low. Whatever happened to Sinatra? Seems though can't live without you. Oh, listen, my honeydew, do. I'd idolize you. I long to love you. I'd indeed. I'd doodle-doo. My little Margie. I'm always thinking of you, Margie. I'll tell the world I love you. Don't forget your promise to me. 'Cause I have bought the home and ring and every little thing for Margie. You've been my inspiration, days are never blue. And after all is said and done, there is really only one. Oh, Margie, it's you. If you knew Susie like I know Susie, oh, what a girl. There's none so classy as this fair lassie. Oh, my goodness, what a chassis. I had a mustache as cute as a pop. Susie kissed me, and she burned the darn thing up. If you knew Susie like I know Susie, oh, what a girl! Thank you, fellas, and have I got news for you. Just finished a trip around the country playing some service hospitals, and in Detroit I got to look at the new cars. Wait until you see them. Will they be wonderful? All those gadgets. Everything is concealed. You press a button, the lights disappear. You close a door, the running board disappears. Of course, before the war, they had a gadget something like that, too. A guy from the finance come along, and the whole darn thing disappeared. Then they've got a model that comes equipped with electric signals. When you turn the steering wheel, a light flashes on the back of the car that says, I'm turning right, or I'm turning left. And for women drivers, it just says, guess what I'm going to do now. But don't worry, pedestrians. There's a post-war protective outfit on the market for you, too. It's called pedestrian pants. They do away with hit-and-run drivers. You see, the lining in the seat of these pants is carbon paper, and when a car hits you, all you got to do is to take off your pants, and you've got his license number right there in black and white. Our next guests at Command Performance are no strangers to these hallowed halls. In answer to your request, they've tapped out many a tune, and here they are once again to add a few more sharps and flats, Mel Torme and his Mel Tones. Just a ride on the
17, thought I'd see the old game again. But you know how they come and go. I'm just a stranger in town. Everyone I see seems to wonder who I can be. And I swear no one seems to care about a stranger in town. I saw a cottage on a lonely old street. The weeds had grown round the gate. Somehow I felt that you would wait here, my sweet. But it looks like I'm too late. Guess I'll leave on the 12:02. Can't believe that there's no more you. Is there nothing for me? Will I always be a stranger in my own hometown? It hurts to be alone with no one of your own when you're a stranger in your own home.
Where you going? You kids just can't walk out here and sing one number.
Okay, Eddie. We got another thing we knocked out called Listen to Your Favorite Band.
Does it bounce?
Yeah.
Does it jump?
Oh, yeah.
Well, go on, sing it before it gets away from you.
If you're feeling kind of blue and misfortune comes to you, just listen, darling, you'll feel grand when you listen to your favorite band. Any music, sweet or hot, you can hear it if you've got all the dials at your command when you listen to your favorite band. What if the neighbors complain? Don't give a hoot. You'll hear Miller, Dorsey, Kevin, and a good to boot. Doesn't cost a single cent. Listen, brother, you'll get sent right out of this world, I know, when you listen to your favorite band on the radio. If you're feeling blue, we know just the thing. Tune in on that sentimental gentleman swing. You know who we mean. I'll never smile again until I smile at you. I'll never thrill again to somebody new. Within my heart, I know I will never start to smile again until I smile at you. We can remember way back when we listened to a guy by the name of Glenn. Marion, Tex, and the modern airs all help to make us forget our cares. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I got a game, a real pepperoo. I'm making beer for the Franco-based kid I'm hurrying to. We're going to Michigan to see the sweetest gal in Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo. Dreaming up to it, it's easy as pie. And even you can do it, so why don't you try?
Come on, Jack. We're getting impatient.
Push that back.
Oops, wrong station.
Poor little Jim, poor little Jim. The girls just didn't go for him. Every time he'd kiss one, she'd yell like this.
Get lost.
What's wrong?
Oh, your beard. Get lost.
What's wrong?
Your beard.
Oh, boys, don't be like little Jim. You shave in cream. If your day goes wrong and your wife is nagging,
Don't be brought down, just push a button.
and turn on.
The old bandwagon.
Doesn't cost a single cent. Listen, brother, you'll get sent right out of this world. I know when you listen to your favorite band on the radio.
Oh, that was Mel Torme and his Mel Tones. Stepping up to the command performance microphone now is one of your favorite singers. A young lady who has just created a sensation in the world of music with a recording that's become the jukebox hit of the year. So, in answer to all of your letters for that gal and that song, here's It Might As Well Be Spring by Margaret Whiting. Here she is.
Restless as a willow in a windstorm. I'm as jumpy as a puppet on a string. I'd say that I had spring fever, but I know it isn't spring. I'm starry-eyed and vaguely discontented, like a nightingale without a song to sing. Oh, why should I have spring fever when it isn't even spring? I keep wishing I were somewhere else, walking down a strange new street, hearing words that I have never heard from a man I've yet to meet. I'm as busy as a spider spinning daydreams. I'm as giddy as a baby on a swing. I haven't seen a crocus or a rosebud or a robin on the wing, but I feel so gay in a melancholy way that it might as well be spring. It might as well be spring. I haven't seen a crocus or a rosebud or a robin on the wing, but I feel so gay in a melancholy way that it might as well be spring. It might as well be spring. It's 2:45. There's no one in the place except you and me. So set 'em up, Joe. I got a little story you ought to know. We're drinking, my friend, to the end of a brief episode. Make it one for my baby and one more for the road. I got the routine, so drop another nickel in the machine. I'm feeling so bad, I wish you'd make the music dreamy and sad. Could tell you a lot, but you've gotta be true to your code. Make it one for my baby and one more for the road. You'd never know it, but buddy, I'm a kind of poet, and I've got a lot of things to say. When I'm gloomy, you simply gotta listen to me until it's talked away. Well, that's how it goes. Joe, I know you're getting anxious to close. So, thanks for the cheer. I hope you didn't mind my bending your ear. This torch that I found must be drowned, or it soon might explode. Make it one for my baby and one more for the road. That long, long road.
Thank you, Margaret Whiting, and take a deep breath now, fellas, and hang on to your hats. Here's what you've been saving all those points for. Your favorite pinup star from Hollywood's gallery of glittering glamour, luscious Linda Darnell. Hubba, 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 hubba. Linda, I don't believe even Santa Claus could fill a stocking as deliciously as you do. Oh, heaven has been so good to you. Oh. Linda, you look wonderful.
Well, Eddie, I just hope that when I'm your age, I'll be just as well preserved.
Preserve? What do you mean preserve? What am I, a pickle or something? What do you mean preserve? Well, tell me, Linda. Answer, am I a pickle?
Well, all I can say is don't stand too close to a corned beef sandwich, kid.
Is that so? Well, tell me, my fine lady, how do you keep in such fine shape?
Well, every morning I go horseback riding, I play a couple of sets of tennis, a round of golf, a swim in the pool, a couple of chukkers of polo, and then I just...
Yes?
Well, then I'm ready for my day's activities.
Ooh, huh?
Say, Eddie, tell me something. How do you manage to keep in trim?
Oh, practically the same routine as yours, Linda. Up in the morning, a fast game of tic-tac-toe, a game of jacks, a chukker of checkers, a half hour with my yo-yo, and then...
Yes?
That's all. I'm knocked out.
Oh, Eddie.
Linda, tell me something, honey. Is it because you're a California girl that you're so athletically inclined?
Oh, yes. You know, I began swimming at the age of 18 months.
You weren't by chance born out here during the rainy season, were you? Look, Linda, is it really necessary to go in for all of that exercise?
Well, Eddie, I've got to keep in shape.
Yeah.
After all, I'm in pictures, and I have to watch my figure.
Forget about your figure. There's no use both of us watching it. Both of us, all of us. Look at us. You know, it's not hot here. That's the gleam from these guys' eyes, you know. Say, Linda, I remember you, and I remember you very well as a beautiful model. And I guess I must have seen that figure and face of yours in that order glorified on about 1,000 billboards around this country.
Yes?
And, Linda, I have a confession I want to make.
What is it, Eddie?
I've painted many a mustache on you.
Oh, fine!
Forgive me, please, Linda. You must have been the model, I imagine, for dozens of different things, huh?
Oh, yes, Eddie. You know, I was kept so busy posing, it seemed that every time I turned around, I was wearing a different costume.
Yeah?
And such costumes. I mean, nightgowns, bathing suits, negligees. You know, sometimes it was really embarrassing.
I know just how you felt, because at the age of 6 months, I was posing for talcum powder ads, and was my face red? Yes, sir. Seemed like every time I turned around, I was wearing a different costume. You know something, Linda? If I had your figure, I'd certainly have it insured.
Oh, well, Eddie, I did.
You did?
And the total insurance on my figure adds up to $80,000.
Gosh.
Well, you see, the studio has insured my arms for $10,000, my shoulders for $12,000, and my limbs for $20,000.
Oh, boy.
What do you mean, oh, boy?
Oh, boy, would I like to be the guy who takes inventory. Say, Linda, I'd like to ask you just one...
now, look, Eddie. First, I'd like to ask you something.
Yeah.
You see, I've just come back to Hollywood from a tour, and, you know, I can't find an apartment.
Uh-huh.
Oh, really, Eddie? It's absolutely impossible.
Say no more, Linda. Say no more.
Really?
Are you guys ahead of me? Wait a minute. Very fortunate that you came to just the right man. It so happens I have an entire apartment house right here in Hollywood, and just this morning I left an eviction notice for one of my tenants. He's a mysterious fellow. Been living in that apartment for 2 years, and I've never even seen him. He's on his way over now. This'll give us a chance to see what he looks like. Why, that's probably him now. Come in. Come in.
How do you do?
Why, it's Bert Gordon, the mad
You are so right.
Yeah. Linda,
Yeah?
I can handle this fellow Russian. I want you to meet a glamorous picture star, Linda Darnell. You've seen her on the screen, and her pictures have been in every magazine in the country.
Was it in Breezy Stories?
No.
Never heard of her.
Wait a minute. Russian, stop this foolishness. You've got to move out of my apartment house, and you've got to move out right away.
You said it, Sam.
Yeah?
You can't do this to me, Cantor.
Yeah?
That's mine apartment. I got a leash.
No, not leash. Lease.
I said leash.
Russian, you have not got a leash.
Then how come every morning the janitor takes me for a walk?
Oh, stop lying, Russian. Now, where is your lease?
Here it is. I'll read it. What's those funny things on this paper?
Why, those are words.
Then what's these little things?
Punctuation marks.
I'll read them. It's easier. comma, period, semicolon, and button hook.
Yeah. Button hook? That's a question mark.
Pretty, isn't it?
Oh, give me that and I'll read it.
Eddie Cantor, you can read.
Oh, don't you dare poke fun at an educated man like Mr. Cantor.
That's right. After all, Russian, Harvard is my alma mater.
Alma what?
Mater.
What's the matter, baby?
Now, let's stop arguing.
Okay.
After being cooped up in that apartment for 2 years, you should be glad to get out in the open.
Oh, yes, Russian. Don't you miss the outdoors?
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This morning, you know something?
What happened?
This morning I took a look outside.
Yes.
I love it in the spring when the groundhogs come out of the ground.
But it's not spring.
I came up too soon.
Russian, you have simply got to move.
I absolutely refuse.
Russian, please give the apartment to Miss Darnell.
You've lived in it for 2 years.
Besides, this apartment has no bathtub.
Now he tells me.
If you don't vacate the premises for Miss Darnell...
Oh, Eddie, look, I'll handle this guy. Listen, Russian.
Yeah.
Well, if you'll give me that apartment, I'll take you to dinner at Ciro's.
Just a moment, Miss Doorbell.
No, not... Darnell, don't put in a ringer. Go ahead, now go ahead.
Okay. You think I'd let a woman take me out to wine me and dine me and dance me? So you want me to be a gigolo, eh? Well, let me tell you something. I'd like it.
Oh, come on, Russian, be a good sport, will you?
Please let me have the apartment, please.
You wouldn't like the bedroom. It's too small. And all night long it keeps going up and down. Down and up. Up and down and up and down.
Russian, stop.
You're getting off here.
No! Listen, Russian, this bedroom doesn't move up and down. Just where did you go to bed?
Right behind that little door in the wall.
Good heavens, you've been sleeping in the dumbwaiter.
No wonder every morning I wake up with the mail hanging from my nose.
Yep, you're... Hey, Russian...
I'm pale, too.
Yeah. Russian, you're impossible.
And I think you're awfully mean.
For a girl like this, you should give up your apartment without a murmur.
A what?
Murmur.
What's a murmur? I gotta live, too.
Now, wait a minute. It's not necessary. Russian, I insist that you move out.
Oh, it's no use, Eddie. He's made up his mind.
Yes, I've made up my mind. I'll give you mine apartment.
Oh, good.
But first I got to tell you how it works. Go ahead. You see, at night when you come home, you come in the back way. Yeah. You put the key in the lock. Turn it to the right, then you turn it to the left. Nothing happens. It's the wrong key.
You say wrong key?
Yeah.
Well, where's the right key?
You don't need it. There's no door.
Keep it off.
So you walk in and you go to sleep.
Go on.
In the morning you wake up, you go into the kitchen, take the frying pan and break 2 eggs. How do you like them? Scrambled? Fried?
Poached. All right.
Makes no difference. There's no stove.
Yep. No stove. Russian, you mean you haven't had any food there for 2 years?
Ah, but every day the beautiful maid comes to mine apartment.
The maid?
Yes.
But, Russian, if you haven't got a stove, how do you heat things up? What possible good can a maid do you?
Silly boy.
Oh, get out of here, will you? Thank you, Bert Gordon, and our special thanks to you and Linda Darnell. Thank you. Well, gang, the time is here again. We have to tie the last piece of string around another package of command performance. This is Eddie Cantor speaking for all of us and sending all of you our very best wishes. So long.
This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.